another episode of Curse of Torment. Tonight we're playing the module Curse of Strahd, but it's changed, transformed, and we're playing in the system and the setting of Frostmark RPG, everything created by moi. There's a content warning for tonight of heavy topics, bad language, gothic horror, and perhaps some gore. We shall see. But we have a wonderful cast of players. We usually have Daphne, a Malachim soldier, played by Sukur, who is off on a career opportunity and will be back in June. We're missing him, but in this, for now, I'm gonna be playing Daphne. But then we have Leonard. I'm being stalked and I don't like it, or half of a duelist, played by Pepper. Hello, welcome.
Hey.
Solo the study, our tiefling bard, played by Solo the party, Hester. Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
We're back.
And the reasonable and a little bit less unstable Styrax, a tiefling elementalist, played by Diorak. Hi. Okay, gang. What happened last time?
Well, we started off strong, directly, because we ended up on, Styrax being, somewhat cursed by a shadow dog, hunting her. So she had to, out of necessity to get rid of it, drink the water from the pool of clarity. And, so far Styrax has tried her best to, like, avoid this, because she didn't want to face her lost memories. And, we now find out why, as, she gets heavily affected when she drinks the water and is like taken into like her memories and has to relive what happened to her. We learn that she was living in a not too poor neighborhood under the Duchess Nonelle, and that her father was working for the vampires, and as we go along, it seems like there's been information out there that some trend person talked about maybe that Styrax, or how she's actually named, Inise, will like be tested on and stuff. And at first the father kind of like dismisses the claims, and as time goes on, however, he does find it out eventually, and he wants, to keep Inise safe, but and lets her mother and her run away, but they don't get far, fortunately, and she gets taken and experimented on in these yellow water tubes, and what only can be, what we now know has something to do with a dragon soul, but we're not quite sure what exactly is going on. And we see how she basically is tortured into being able to control this power, while drowning her, basically, and reviving her if need be. And some other test subjects didn't have it as lucky, quotes, as Anise, who just like exploded by the sheer pressure of this other soul or whatever power is here in play. And but Anise survived due to her ability to go out of herself and not be as detached from the moment. That's what the word I'm looking for. Detached from herself. And she ends up being sort of like child soldiers, suicide bomber child soldiers, what seems to be like the weapon they're building. And like each of them have like a vampire that's like lullabying them to not explode. But if one of them stops, depending on how how like hurt or scared the kid is, they can just instant explode. And that is kind of what happens as we are at some sort of a war front in the next memory that Styrex has, and one of the vampires that's lullabying to a kid, charming them, gets hit in the throat, and kind of chaos ensues as kids explode in the truest way.
My curse games.
Yeah, and luckily, Styrex is in control enough to not explode, but certainly get knocked out by all the explosions and everything happening. And then she wakes up by a dwarf that she knows very well now. And also with lost memories. And that's kind of probably the point at when Styrex remembers everything, actually. While that vision was happening in her body, she was like knocked out and screaming for a bit, and a lot of it was a bit scary for the rest of the party, seeing Styrex knocked out by this. But she got back to herself after a while, and we actually, while she was knocked out, Leo did interact with a girl that seems to be stalking the party, or Leo, or both. And she seems to be interested. She doesn't believe that we can be good, and there has to be like because it's, Barovia, there has to be like something else going on.
A catch.
Yep, there has to be a catch. She's not entirely wrong. So that's an interesting encounter we made. And luckily, Styrex wakes up again, and while being certainly haunted by like very, very sad and pressing memories, after a while, with support from the party, we get Styrex to be stable again after that experience, and she, as she always does, puts everything into her notebook, and the next day shows it to us so we can see what she saw and be in the loop.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started to think about what our next moves are and how we want to go forward. And clearly we have still questions open at the Marchikov, so before we want to do that, we want to get the most information possible. So Neo throws in the idea to contact Sadania, as he thinks it's best to make her feel comfortable and not angry. And the party decides to do so, and Leo talks with her about the vision he saw in the pool just the day before, or two, I think. And she lets out a few interesting information. We had some clue already, but there seems to be some sort of broken promise between her and her sister that made her angry. But there was still a lot more going on that caused her to actually kill her sister. She talked about cutting out her heart. Who knows if that's real or not, or just a saying. We found out that the sword, the Onyx blade, is from new alliances. So probably the Demon Prince that is living in Barovia. And Leo tried to give back the ring, but Sajanya declined. Effectively. And she also asked about actually getting Styrex and Daphne to deliver the leather. which Leo replied that he wants to get the trust back before he does that, and that she'll have her time to show him trust, and then he will be ready to try to convince them. And she also asked about Rickton, which Leo did his best to not actually lie, but just avoid the truth. And saying that he didn't hear about him, and no one there seemed to have been seeing him. And that's mostly it.
Yeah,
Probably missed something, but
it was some time ago.
kind of where we ended off on as
I
the
think-
conversation concludes.
Yeah, I think you got everything that was important. Thank you. Let's return to the moment, shall we?
Oh yeah, we finally find out about the magic items, right?
Yeah. we
Yes,
did.
yes,
It's important for gameplay.
yes, that's true.
Nothing else.
Oh god, what's happening? Okay.
Just Joey making another cameo.
Yui.
In the earthen shared bedroom cellar of the burgomaster's home in Kresk, and amongst the echoes of the dead and missing children of Dimitri and Anna, for which beds you sit upon, Daphne, Syrax, and Sol held their breaths as they watched Leo have a conversation with himself in his head. But if only it was that simple. Nay, you know all too well who he is talking to, and you can imagine the consequences, which are completely out of your hands if this conversation goes poorly. Heavy is the burden for those who shoulder it alone. As the connection in Leo's head breaks by the virtue of the enchanted signet ring, he steals for himself a few moments of silence. The rest of the party, for now, none the wiser. The feeling swirling within is akin to balancing on a wooden plank above a black abyss. There's so little material between you and disaster. Then there is the tumultuous wind of your own emotions that hits you at random times, sometimes threatening to toss you over, sometimes helping you along forward. But right now, they're conflicting winds of the inner corners of the heart, flashes of longing regret as Lyncia's face burrows into your mind, conflicting feelings of attraction and memories of passion with the devil herself that then becomes darkened into deep, sated disgust as old echoes of a past life whispers truth in your ear. When you conquer the storm within, pushing away the distracted thoughts and find your balance on the plank itself, it sometimes creaks below your feet, threatening to break due to things totally out of your control. In those moments, your heart drops in your chest in panic, thinking this is it. When the plank doesn't give away, you wonder to yourself if it is relief you feel, or frustration of the understanding that the tension will go on, and you must continue to exert effort to merely teeter on the edge. Maybe it's better to jump, to take the plunge and let things fall as they may. At least that you have control over. In that sunken place within yourself, Leo, wondering how long you can go on this way, dancing with Stradonia on a plank of lies and wit, dancing with disaster itself, and trying to still make sense of the storm of emotions within. Daphne's reassuring voice comes to you as a whispering echo, rousing you up out of the murky waters to clarity once more. Leo? Is it over?
He puts the ring away. Yeah. It went great. It went great.
How great?
Yes, mind
I
sharing details?
yeah. Let me gather my thoughts. So it she totally believes that it did not matter to her. So that's good. Um she did share some stuff with me. Uh, it was all in friendly, like it was tense to some extent, obviously, because we're talking about the iffy topic for her, but it was very it wasn't dangerous or anything compared to what happened the last time I was at her room, so it's great. Um, so she talked about. Well, I asked her why all of what happened, and she explained that doesn't want to go fully into it, but there was something with Serena and a promise that was broken, and Serena lost faith in her and stuff like that, and kind of pull them away from each other. But it was not really the full reason of why, obviously, she killed her sister. There's certainly the voice in play. And she talked about a little bit. I tried to pop and pry without um, having her be guarded. And she talked about that the sword came from new alliances, or new alliances bring new gifts. And it's with me now, even though I hate it. What has been done cannot be undone. So that's interesting. She might not be
That's
super happy with the situation.
peculiar indeed.
She also talked about that I reignited a fire in her to, change the status quo and help Barovia. Whatever that exactly entails in her point of view is questionable, but probably not all wrong. And she is no longer. She's trying to give the Barovians a chance again, or put them back into her circles, as done with Valaki. Although that was partially our helping, of course. And she also said that with the Protectorate, she could probably do it. She could destroy the mist and put everything back to the way it belongs, and show Duchess Nell. Probably a lot of pain. Which, definitely not the worst outcome, since we definitely have something against her now. We don't like her at all. Not that I liked her before very much, but with the recent visions and her fucked up experimentation,
Yeah,
that's to the pool.
now it's personal.
Yeah. So yeah, I also heard, which is actually something that we might want to look into. She wrote everything into a diary she had. The emotions and what happened, and maybe a lot of very interesting informations. And she said that she has thrown it from the balcony that Emmerich jumped from and died. So obviously a lot could have happened, since it's been like 300, 400 years now. But if we can get our hands on the diary, that would be very good. She did give me permission to do so we can even
Okay.
ask more freely about it other people. That would be on her side, as I've gotten permission to read it if I find it.
Do you know which balcony was it?
I would remember when I see it.
Okay.
Wasn't it in the castle?
Yeah, in the castle. But there probably more than one balcony in the castle, so
You
Um,
remember it from the vision
yeah.
you got from the
It was
waters.
from the ballroom, right?
Yeah, you crashed through the windows of the ballroom out into the courtyard and out on the balcony that floats like above like, you know, it's like a pillar stone that Castle Ravenloft sits on, and then there's this sheer drop that is gigantic, and then you get the rolling plains for where
Okay.
Barovia Village is at.
I see.
It's from the pillar stone itself down to there.
Yeah. Yeah, so it definitely could have gone quite far.
We can.
Just because there's a lot of downfall there from the cliffs. So
Like that.
Oh god.
yeah. But it's definitely worth a try. If we're going to the castle anyway, we might want to take a few hours to trek down and then, just maybe other people have been looking for it before. I mean, we know that Rahadis was there as well. She saw everything. And she's pretty close. Maybe she saw her throw it, or even was interested in the diary. I don't know. Can ask. Okay, I have permission, so there's that.
Okay.
But that's mostly what I've got. I mean, she asked some peculiar questions, but I think I handled it pretty well. As to be expected. Well.
Yeah, I'm impressed, Leo. This is more than I thought would come out of it.
Yeah, we now have a lot more things to consider.
Yeah.
You can.
I think it was worth.
You can see Staros with just a thinking expression. Yeah, that diary might give us a hint, but I mostly have a question.
Maybe
How long can you keep this farce from her until she realizes?
I mean, we've gotten to a pretty good point where it's like, oh, we have to keep away from each other because, we have to regain trust, so. I could probably even get a favor out in order for her to show trust. So, I'm just not sure of all the connections here, so I don't know how bad the things are that we do, Like if it's like a minor annoyance that we reinstate the whole anti-undead thing, for example, probably not too bad, but if it's like completely against her because she just was planning on, I don't know, building up an undead army to, I don't know, do something, then she could be borderline aggressive to you guys, probably. So, I mean, in the moment we make our moves, it's gonna be a tough one. If we are forced to encounter her, I think I can buy some time
For us to find the book? Or
yeah, just if it comes down to a bad situation that we land in, I think I can help us out. That's kind of the best I can give you. As long as we don't actually do like these big moving things, it should be fine right now. But also, we shouldn't be waiting too long for that because she's pulling a lot of strings everywhere as well, she said.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
Sorry that I can't give you a better answer. It's hard to judge a 500-year-old vampire lady, no matter how close you get to her.
It's more than enough.
Yeah.
It's just need to think properly what we want to do next.
Well, one of the things that we can talk about is that do we want to get the book after or before we ask the question?
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to have the book, but it's also a very unlikely thing to actually get our hands on. So, and considering that, I mean, we could be inefficient and like hop to the castle, look for the diary, hop back to the Muddycuffs, ask for questions, hop back to the castle, get the skull, then get out. Because the thing is, what our current plan was the first time we get to the castle, we want to get the skull because we don't have too many reasons to frequently visit castle. I mean, I have some excuses, as like training with Gary and stuff like that, but it would be a little bit suspicious, and maybe that, especially all the other vampires, right? Well,
Yeah,
Sudania
that's
might
true.
be busy and not worried right now. The other vampires, they don't have that connection to me.
And
They're
they
a
don't
lot
even
more,
trust you.
yeah. So if we were to like show up more often to the castle, it would be a bit
Suspicious.
weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe we want to do it in one trip. So we want to go there. I'll do my things. You guys look for the diary and maybe get some other information out of it. And then we take the skull and get out.
I was thinking the same thing too. Hmm.
But you're missing one thing from this. What about the Night Apostles? They are not going to sit idle.
Yeah, no. But
And
they seem
even more Gantha has swear on us to kill.
yeah, they seem more like killable, you know? You know, I don't think the vampires like them necessarily. I think that there's a very convoluted connection through the Demon King, Demon Prince.
It seems like they might still bound by contract.
Yeah, but maybe like bound by contract, but not really interested. You know what I mean? Like, it can be like, oh yeah, I have to help you, but I wasn't there, so sadly I couldn't help and I couldn't see the situation. So, how for me to judge?
But we shouldn't scoff at the
No.
consequences. Like, what do you think Morgantha will do after we burned out her pint business? Do you think she's just gonna sit there and be happy?
No. But like,
I am also worried about what happened down at the vineyard. We don't have any more answers there either. What's going on or what that was?
yeah, we probably have to deal
that's
with Rin
true.
on that one. Yeah, I think that if we just carefully provoke them, probably is effective because when they attack us, then it's not too bad if we fight back, you know, like if they get aggressive towards us, it is more likely to be not as bad for the whole situation, but obviously it's probably past then as well. But I don't know, I think we have to face them at some point. We can't just
That's true, but we're just making plans and need to think which territory are we placing ourselves in. Because we know so far Morgantha is the one that really want to kill us, but the other two,
Yeah.
not as much.
well,
They are, of course, aware of us. Mostly.
Yeah, I
about
feel like
you.
Rin. She doesn't like exactly know that we like killed her people, but like that's a pretty dangerous territory for her to get angry.
Have we have any of us talked to the Knight Apostles on the party in the ball?
I have talked with what's her name? The third one that I have written down somewhere. Baba Lysaga. Aha.
Saga.
Found
Do
it
we?
in
Well,
my
do we-
memory, of course.
Do we know what their allegiance lie?
Well, she's like some sort of like, kind of almost a stepmother to Sudania.
Hmm.
Kind of how she presented herself. And she was not necessarily happy about me being around. Probably because I do have influence over her to some extent. Or interest.
There were 3 Knight Apostles, yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Rin, Babalizaga, and Morgantha. And they all have different parts, and they all protect one of these prisons that we saw. Well, I think we heard about other prisons, but I guess we haven't confirmed it necessarily.
Well, an option being that talk to Ren?
Yeah. I think we can talk to all of them. Babalizaga even invited me if I ever come across her.
To all of them? Are you sure about that?
Well, Morgantha probably not, that's true.
Yeah, Morganta.
Yeah, Morgantha seemed.
Not very happy about us.
No.
Well, I
But
I
Rin
think-
and Babalizaga, technically.
Baba Saiga might be our last option to visit due to being the stepmother to.
I think she's the most dangerous by far, by the way. I want to avoid her as much as possible. She is, I think Rin is probably the most approachable, from what I've heard when I've overheard their conversation. It seems like they got most of what they wanted. They got all these, I forgot the exact name, but there was like shards or something they were looking for. And Rin was like, kind of still most interested in her people and not really into the overall idea of Baba Lysaga, who seems to be leading the Knight Apostles.
Yeah, what you overheard was that Baba Lysaga questioned why Rin gave it to her people and not using it for herself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some sort of something with Prime. I've written it down somewhere. I'll find it eventually.
So Rin is our most reasonable one in the trio.
Yeah.
But also the one we knew the least about, right?
Yeah. I mean, we don't really know the situation down at the Martikovs. Maybe these people keep attacking them. They still have the orbs. We got the statue back, but they still have the orbs. That are, like, useful for growing things here. So, I don't know. Like, helping the Martikovs is probably advised, because having them on our side is very useful.
There's Martikovs and Argenpost, and both of
Yeah.
them are key
Mm-hmm.
to all of this.
Well, there's an option.
So going back to the point we were spouting a bit. I think we should. I think we got most of the information we can get. Just because the diary is a bit away, I think. So asking the questions right now is probably the best idea. Gives us the most options to start the first move effectively, even if it's
true.
probably going to be the castle one, but considering that we might be wanting to escape through teleportation, like it would be good to know like the next step as well, because we can teleport to any place really.
Well,
There's a knock, an apprehensive knock on the door that leads down here.
Like, okay, hello?
Am I disturbing?
It's
You
fine,
hear
but what's going on?
Dimitri's voice. He like opens his up a little bit, shows his head. There's a man out just knocked on my door. My friend Michael. He wanted to know if you know where Nyanka is.
Any young guys? Oh, okay,
Nyanka
guys.
was the name of the girl that stalked you.
Oh. Sure, yeah, it's, yeah, sorry, I was lost of thought a bit. Yeah, I can talk to him. I think I saw her around.
Oh, that's good. All right, it seems to be all right, Michael. He calls out to like across the room up there.
I would like look past him and can I talk with? That's his father. That's her father, probably.
Probably, but you don't know.
Yeah, I'm
for
asking
sure.
Dimitri.
Oh. Yes.
Yeah, I would talk with him for a moment if that's all right.
Say Lear that this is coming up, Michael. What second?
Cyrus will actually get up and follow Leo upstairs.
yeah.
To fill you guys in, there was a little girl that was somewhat stalking us.
Mm-hmm.
She seems nice, but I just want to maybe get more of an understanding, and maybe something actually happened.
Don't tell
She
me
was
it's,
going around alone, so
another disappearance.
probably not. Let's not worry for now.
You get to the top of the stairs. Just walk out of the living room to kind of the foyer area, where you see Dimitri standing by the door, wringing his hands anxiously, like he normally does, with a tense look on his face. And in the doorway that is still slightly ajar, there is a long and lithe man with this warm brown hair that is in this messy low ponytail. There's some strands that are out of it and kind of shielding his face, and he has this dark circles underneath his eyes, and he's holding his head as if it's hurting. And when he sees you like cross around a corner and come into view, he stands a little bit more upright, seemingly a little bit uncertain of how to behave, how to act.
It's all right there. Just a casual conversation. So you the father of Nyanka?
Yes. We only have each other. I'm sorry. I'm violently hungover.
It's understandable.
Recently woke up, and I'm sorry if I'm disturbing you with something that is not important. I'm just a little bit confused. I remember vaguely I drank a lot yesterday, that Nyanka came in and said that she had talked to you.
Yeah, I've met her. She quite intelligent girl.
Maybe too intelligent for her own good.
Maybe.
I first of all, I want to say I'm sorry. She was probably very rude. I'm trying to teach her proper manners, but it's she has a strong will. Yes, would you know by chance if you know where she is gone? Sometimes she can disappear for hours and sneak around. But her bed was cold this morning, and I am starting to get a little bit worried.
She was following me around for a bit, but haven't had the chance to get a glimpse on her today. I wasn't sure if that's because she was hiding well or she didn't track us anymore. So unfortunately, I can't really say. I mean, maybe she's still around, and I kind of like go a little bit outside.
Mm-hmm.
And just, a little bit into the street.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if she were to be like waiting for me or whatever in her hiding spot, I might be able to see her when looking around.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Make me a perception intelligence. Daphne is also worried and is gonna come up with you and help you look. So roll with advantage.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Bardic as well on that. Just saying.
Yeah, sure.
Just look around.
Sure. What do you say? What do you do?
Do you know what she looked like? I remember, and I'll just, add on flavor in that.
Okay.
Alright,
Yeah.
I'll just roll it here.
1d6.
It's an 18. 2 17s and a 1.
You and Daphne take a good look around, and you take a couple of minutes, looking behind corners of houses and stuff like that, from what you have described and what you know, how she likes to hide, and there's nothing.
Right.
Certainly troubling.
Yeah. Right. So, what she told you was that we talked.
Yeah, she told me that she hasn't figured out what the deal with you guys, but she's going to. And I am ashamed to say that after that I lost track of her. She usually knows how to handle herself, so I mean, usually I'm not worried, but I maybe I shouldn't have drunk as much. I don't remember much of the evening, to be honest.
It is okay. Do you remember?
No, it's not.
Where?
Fuck.
Where is the last place you saw her?
I was home at that moment, talking with some friends. She came in. She pulled me aside, demanded to talk to me, and tell me that you guys were bad news. Of course, I chastised her, look, what have you all have done? And she said that, and then I left to go somewhere else to party. And I have no idea where she went or what she did after that. When I came back this morning, all I know is that she is nowhere at home, and her bed is cold. Her bed sheets are made.
Okay, now keep it calm. We are gonna find her. So far we know at your house was the last time.
Yes.
When we...
Daphne, do you think that we might be able to find tracks there? You are the expert on this.
If she went out on the thoroughfare, considering how much movement it was probably yesterday in between people going between houses and parties, no. But if the worst happened, then maybe yes. She looks up to the skies as there's this light dusting of snow that comes down, and she says, "It was clear this morning. If we hurry, then maybe the snow has not covered everything."
Then
Well,
let's go.
there you go.
Also, DM, when we were looking around, since she might have gone here to, like, you know, look out for us, was there any footprints, like, when we were looking at the places that she might have been hiding in or would hide in? Because it's probably less, like, populated.
Sure.
Did we get any sense of that she might have been there at some point?
Sure. Have Daphne roll a survival intelligence with advantage.
Alright. I need to write that in now. So she has survival.
It's only a +1 for her? Oh no.
Well, cunning is +3 and intelligence is +1, but she has her, like, tracking thingy.
Yeah, which
Natural
gives
Explorer.
her more information if she
Yeah.
finds information.
Alright, you see the intelligence you want to do, right?
Yes.
Alright, so that is 2d20, keep highest 1 + 1. Alright,
Yikes.
that is a
12.
12.
12. Not really. It seems that snow comes in different directions here, so sometimes, slightly from the side. So it seems like even underneath some houses and weird corners, snow eventually falls there as well. You cannot find any tracks, but there's an interesting occurrence at the corner of the house where you met Nyanka for the first time, by the pool, like the last house in the row.
Yeah.
There's scratched into the wooden wall right there at the corner where you saw her. There's a very rudimentary and light kind of FCK space U.
Yeah, she's a lovely girl, by the way.
Yeah. A linguistic.
You need some
Always.
character. That's always
Yeah.
important. And she has some character, so that's good.
Mm.
Alright, yeah, let's not waste any more time and see if we find anything at the house. And we let her father guide us to their homestead and see if we can...
He kind of winces at the light, and as soon as he gets back to his home, he kind of leans heavily inside of this little, protected kind of entrance areas where there's some roof over the door, and he opens the door to his home and simply says, "Be my guest, anything."
And also just to know, like, you said she was gone a number of times before, like, how far did she? Like, did she just stay in the village? Or was she seemed quite adventurous, in a dangerous way. Would she ever go, like, further beyond to the Abbey or outside Evencrest?
I certainly hope. I like to believe that she was smart enough to realize that it's too dangerous to venture too far, especially with the news with Ilya and the 2 other kids just a couple of days ago. Oh, Boreas, please, Morning Lord. There's only me left. Please don't take her as well.
While you check, just give me some time. And Styrax, trying to cover from the snow, will just cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Okay. In the meantime, I guess Daphne and the rest of you head inside. It's a very simple abode. There's just this communal living area with a kitchenette. Then there's two doors, one that leads into a slightly bigger bedroom, and the other one is a smaller one. And you quickly realize that the smaller one is Nyanka, because there's some she has some odd collections of like weird stuff in there, and a stick in the corner that has been probably whittled down to look like a sword. Elias discarded there. There's more scribblings in the wall of like random thoughts.
Back to investigating. We are.
We are. Does it seem like, I don't know, how do we describe it? Bothered? Other than the bed? You know, like a child just raking through their stuff to gather some stuff. You know,
It seems that Nyanka is not the most tidy of children, but it's not like things are seemingly tossed in a manner that would suggest distress or something violent happened, if that makes sense.
Well, at least nothing happened inside the house.
And indeed, you can also see that the bed is made like no wrinkles or anything like on it.
I would be so sure, Saul. You know, you gotta have the investigated instincts, you know. Could be something hiding beneath the shadows here.
Well,
And I'm gonna start to investigate the room.
Okay.
Alright,
Make me a-
let's see, I'll help.
All right. Do you want to roll both of you investigation cunning or one of you advantage?
What's my cunning?
We can both roll. Let's both roll. I should probably give you advantage, but Leo's just gonna roll for himself. And you shouldn't give me advantage, so. Let's both roll.
Investigation cunning, alright.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, baby.
Wow.
Nice. Investigation cunning, yeah.
Two sides.
Should be an 18 actually, not a 20. There's something wrong with my macros. Oh, no, yeah. It should be an 18, not a 20, by the way.
Okay. So you just get mesmerized by all these writings on the wall, and there are some very creative cuss words there that kind of catches you a little bit off guard.
By a waylord's tale. Okay, that's really linguist. Sure.
Fix it. 18 for
In
me.
a bird's mouth. In a bird's mouth. I see. That makes sense. I will actually use that. Write it down.
Yeah. What you find underneath the bed in a very dark corner, but it's not dusty where everything else is, Leo. You do find a black metal chalice with in the four corners of it, it has like a circle on top, but in like four corners of that circle there's like these decorative skulls on the side, where each of them seems to have some kind of red gem for eyes, and there's some other quite disturbing kind of etchings around it.
Well, Soul, you know? Sometimes you just gotta let the expert do the work, you know? Look over here.
What?
I found something interesting. You notice, if you have to make a clear look, and then you can see there's no dust.
Uh-huh.
Interesting, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then you think of further, right? It's a black chalice. Interesting.
Oh.
That's a dangerous item. It's black, it's a chalice, you know, like
Uh-huh.
ritual, demons, like, so you're on the table.
Uh-huh.
Mhm. And I think about, okay, she's like gathering things from all around the places,
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a job for the mage expert to get in here. So if you can
Yeah.
make a call
Yeah.
and make sure to check on like all the magic details here.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
I'll be
Yeah.
sure to
Daphne
contact the magic department.
punches you in the shoulder and says, I know we have been encouraging you, but do not let it go to your head. Now get your butt out there and get it to Styrex.
All right.
And it kind of like in a weird serendipity, Styrex, you finish your ritual kind of like a few seconds before all three appears in the doorway, and Leo like holds forward this chalice with a very smug look on his face. I presume.
I can imagine because Starax was looking away, just like trying to concentrate, not looking at the door. Then just she turns away and just gets spooked by being with Leon the smiling. Don't do that ever again.
Michael
I mean,
looks over to it with his eyes like shooting up into his hairline, and then immediately like he regrets what he just did, as it seems his headache kind of came back, but he still says, what the fuck is that?
Exactly.
That's what we're trying to. That's what we're trying to figure out.
Now with the experts at work, we're going to find that out, right, Starix? I kind of still holding it for her.
Yes,
Can see it.
At first, before touching it, what does it emit any aura?
The aura is gray, which means that it's magical, but it doesn't have a clear school. Actually, make me an occult intelligence.
I'm supposed to be that good at those.
And you are.
Ooh,
Am I 24?
24.
Yep.
It takes you a moment, but the feeling kind of creeps onto you, and then you kind of nod to yourself, yeah. This aura feels eerily similar to items you pulled out of the grab bag.
Oh.
Yeah.
Styrus, without saying a word, just gets the pouch out and just in silence, just like, nodding.
Oh.
What? What is this, Arx? You recognize it?
It might be one of these things.
And you wiggle the grab bag around? What?
Yeah, I have
I think her
the
name
bag.
was Katerina that gave it to us, right?
Yeah.
Katarina.
She has a store here.
Did she buy anything from her? And looks at the parent, the father.
Did you go to Katarina's store?
I need to have a stern conversation if Kate gave this to Marianka.
Well,
Yeah, they were thick as thieves. She really enjoyed heading over to Kate's too.
Okay.
Look at her collection. Well,
First things
Katerina,
first.
Kate.
First things first. Let me check what this does exactly. You all can just go and check on Katrina to see.
Okay.
right.
And we'll just ask Leo to leave the the chalice in the floor.
On the floor.
Yeah.
Floor,
On the
and
floor.
just like
on the
Sarah
there on the
will just-
veranda.
Sarah will just sit down in front of her, take her notebook out, and just cast Identify as a ritual.
Yeah, before she does that, we'll explain to her where Katerina's is, so she'll know where to go if she's finished.
Yeah. Michael
Fair.
describes that, but then excuses himself as he says he needs to head in and like nurse his headache before it splits his head into two. But Daphne catches both of your shoulders, Dark Soul, and says, "We haven't taken a look around the house. It's kind of my expertise."
Yeah, we should definitely not get ahead of ourselves. That's true. Why don't you see if you can find anything?
I will do that.
Yeah.
Meet up here later.
All right, yeah.
Mhm.
It's also best, to have someone around Styrex. Not they have now that not that bad ideas about tieflings anymore, but
True.
Just
no
in
one
case.
would want to be disturbed.
Good to be alone.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do Kate stuff first. So you head over to Kate's. It's definitely one of the more busy houses. Like even outside there is a myriad of things, and it doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason of like how things are organized. It's where you head out in like a rural area to like a farmer, and they have like 1,001 thing, and everything is just chaos.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's kind of kind of what you find here. And above the door there's this crooked sign where some of the nails that have been used to put it into the wood just above the door are like bent and like given up on them, and then just nailed in another nail instead to make up for it. And very makeshift. It says Kate's Wonder Emporium on top of it.
Kate's Wonder Emporium.
Does it seem open right now?
Well, you don't know.
I'll head in.
Well, gotta knock first.
There's
Nope.
like a little ding-a-ling-a-ling. There is indeed a bell to notice customers coming in, and the room. This is not a storefront. This is just one big living room space that looks like an antique shop where a tornado has rolled through it. There's just eclectic things everywhere. There's this makeshift kind of standing wardrobes with open shelving. There's shelves on the walls in several tiers and levels. There's as indeed like old furniture. There are dolls, there are toys, there's tools. A vase made of porcelain standing in a like a bit of a grand little corner, like things like that. And behind like a drape comes a low groan and get the fuck out! It's too early! I'm still sleeping, like come on, fuck off!
I apologize, Katarina, but I think that you have to take a few moments, if that's all right with you.
Mm.
It's me, Saint Leonard.
Oh shit! You now? And you can hear like stumbling. It's almost like you hear like an impact of somebody falling out of bed. There's another like cuss word that comes out. Some movement of fabric, and then Katarina with kind of this disheveled kind of halo of hair around her face. Also these deep black sockets underneath her eyes, and she's just like having this simple like bathrobe pulled around her. She pushes the drapes away and like try to fix her hair a little bit, and says, yeah, maybe I didn't tell you exactly what could fun stuff could happen when you pull the things from the bag, but hey, you cannot blame me. You took it. I tried to warn you. Whatever happened, it's not on me.
No need to worry.
I think we have that dealt with, not gonna lie.
We can deal with whatever can come from the bag.
Wait,
most
so you're not
likely.
here for... You're here to trade! Well then! She like straightens up and like fixes her hair even further. Like steps in and holds her hands out like she has welcomed you to like a grand palace. Take a look around at all my wonders! I'm sure you can find something that you like. And I'm sure you guys have some interesting things to trade.
I would like to keep you guessing because it's kind of fun, but you are wrong again still.
Wow.
We actually have to talk to you.
Okay, I think that you're pretty hot, but you're not that hot.
Wait.
That's a weird opinion. You're talking about my friend here. He's pretty hot, I think. You know.
Well, okay, both of you.
On my
Like,
level, but I can
normally,
understand. Like,
I'm okay with the two timing kind of deal, but like my headache and you're like I don't even know you.
that's understandable. I'm sorry, Sol. You know, we tried. No, but in all seriousness, you know Nyanka, right?
Yeah, of course. But die for the little kid.
Have you seen her lately?
Wait, don't tell me. Is that your flaw?
No.
What? Wait.
You're not into the little ones, are you?
No. No.
Like, I know she's been stalking you, but
She's gone missing.
not because of
Katarina.
What? I mean, sometimes she does that. Are you? Wait. She might be stalking you right now. She's a sneaky little mouse.
I have a few friends that are extremely good at finding things, and I'm not the best, and I was able to spot her a couple of times, so I'm pretty confident that she's not stalking us right now.
Well, hey, you're more perceptive than I.
And
Impressive.
Katarina,
Yeah.
have you allowed her to pull from the bag?
What? No. Oh, when I get my hands on that little...
Oh.
She begged
did.
She begged me to show it to her, and maybe I was too careless of hiding it again. I did catch her once with it, but I was able to pull it away from her, but she might have found it again. Shit! Wait, did she pull something bad from it?
Now we're getting to a good, better point here. She's been missing, and we have found an item in a room that is eerily similar to other things from the bag.
Oh, you seem to be very familiar with it. I did some experimentation yesterday. Any new nightmares?
Well, we have a few experts on our team when it comes to magic, so...
Okay, but as I told you, like... Nyanka comes and goes as you wish. I'm sure she will show up.
What's the last time you saw her?
I think running around yesterday, early in the evening. So her and her father, Michael, getting some food from the food line to the strange like food conjuring barrels you brought. Wow, I live in strange times.
You, did she ever tell you about something she wanted to do, or like where she might want to go?
Okay. I'm betting here that they call you Saint Leonard for a good reason. So don't tell her father, okay?
Sure.
This will get me and her into trouble.
I think you're in trouble with him right now anyway, because, you know, he saw the chalice.
Fuck.
Yeah.
But probably...
No.
He was able to deduce that it came from you. Not gonna lie.
Like it can hold a grudge. Shit.
Yep.
Oh, well. Okay, I need to find out a good gift for him. And she started like walking around and like moving through things as she says, okay, here's the thing. She is too curious for her own good. I have tried to make her stop it. But she has a tendency to sneak up to the Abbey to try and take a sneak peek of the monsters she says is there. It terrifies me so much. And I tell her not to do it, but I mean, she is a pretty good liar.
Oh. I have my hunches, but
That's not good news, Katarina. Considering that she's gone right now.
Yeah, well, I realize that now, which is, not fun. But, I mean, life is pretty shit. Like, give the kids the enjoyment. If she imagined seeing monsters up there and had a good time, I mean, who am I to blame?
Well, you do have some responsibility.
Don't
get me wrong. I think I'm learning about it right now as well, but
Whoa, she is not my kid. I don't have kids for a reason.
She's basically your kid.
Well, I love her to bits.
I don't have to hear much to understand the connection between the two of you.
Well, I do love her to bits, but still.
You just said you would die for her.
I'm not good with responsibility, okay? Like, see, this is what I like to do. This is my dream.
Yeah, we're not judging you. It's all right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
you better
that
not judge. This is
maybe you
cool.
want to get a little bit more invested in the situation and don't just hope that she's fine.
Okay, listen here. What am I, Kate, the mortal, half-elven Barovian woman who likes to collect worthless trinkets, going to do if the body snatchers came into the night and took the Anka, if she ran away, or if she went to the Abed and morning Lord knows what is happening? What am I going to do?
Do you have
maybe
don't you have
given...
a trinket that allows you to track?
Yeah, I was thinking about something like this. So maybe you gave her something to be tracked. Maybe you wanted to keep her safe with a trinket or something.
Or does she have anything that is like
the bag
somewhat
I
magical?
gave you is the only magical thing that I ever have been able to get my hands on.
All right. Well, maybe you can talk with the guards or with the people here around and see if anyone has seen her. I know you're still a little bit hangover, but if you find it in yourself to
my mood is a little bit cranky right now. I realize that. I'm sorry.
Wait, a question. You said you got the bag. From who?
You just said you found it somewhere.
You just found it somewhere? Like, yeah. Like, nearby, like, who, though? Like, somewhere in, like, Barovia.
Oh, well, hell.
Where in Barovia?
Hell, you already know so much. Sometimes we do head outside of the walls in big groups to forage. There was a skeleton. Nothing had survived but the bag. And if I know my ancient mysteries enough to know that magic items is the only thing that lasts through time, I janked it. And then I pulled something out of it, and I wished I never had it. Oh, dogs, I am so scared.
Oh, you got that one.
We'll do our best ourselves to find the Anka and find what's going on.
Yes, good. Good. At least if you weren't here, I guess the chances would be even lower. Yes, I will head out. I need to dress, otherwise I will die out there. And nobody will be helped.
All right.
Oh, wait, get the fuck out! I need to change. Get out!
Sorry, I was writing something.
Sol was still hoping, but it seems like not today, Sol. I'm sorry.
Hey, why are you bringing me under the bus with this? Let's just go. Let's just go.
Yeah, I'll leave.
Kate seems already forgotten about you, like humming a little fun tune to herself, and you're back out into the snowy weather.
I think she pulled up 2 things in the bag instead of
Maybe.
1.
What to say? Maybe the chalice also affected her in a way to do some things. Who knows?
But the fact that she has the tendency to go to the Abbey, might talk to that guy again.
Yeah. Definitely won't be happy. I mean, maybe we can just talk to them.
Just tell them there's a kid missing.
Yeah, to the guards at the abbey.
Oh,
Well, we'll think about it. If they're
Yeah.
responsible, we might want to figure something better out. But it's hard to get information outside of just asking. I think. Maybe we
That's
definitely
true.
found something though.
yeah, that's true. Well, I hope that Starrex figured out what that chalice does.
That too. Let's get back. Get
Yeah.
back.
Okay. As you head on back, we can do a survival intelligence with Daphne. Somebody roll. And
I shall do that.
Not my luck. Not my luck today.
Starex, the identify ritual casting finishes, and you learn that this chalice has a 50% chance of doubling or nullifying any drink's potency of any kind, including magical drinks.
Oh. No. Magic drinks. No.
There's no any additional effect, right? Only
No.
the okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
don't give
Starbucks just mumbled to herself. Damn, sometimes I wish I was a gambler.
Hey, Tyrex, you found anything there?
Do you like to gamble?
Oh, I do. Why?
Because this is pretty much gambling with drinks.
Oh, really? Can it be any
Yeah.
drinks?
Oh boy, this is just like the two things about Soul coming together.
And now we know another thing about Saul. That's good.
What? There's
So we
nothing
keep this
harmful with a
away
little
from
bit.
him.
Oh, come on. All right, fine.
Most-
I
We
think
have
you
a
should
job
like
to do.
drink one time, you know, like.
Oh, it does actually have one more thing. You cannot store the drink after. It needs to be like imbibed from the chalice to get the extra 50% ability from it. Like if you pour it out of the chalice after that, it will return to its normal potency, or
Yeah.
you remain unpotent.
Wait, but does it work with alcohol?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just need to drink it from the chalice.
All right. So, I know that's bad, but can we at least, when we are partnering, pull that out for me?
We could try it at
Esteras
some
will
point.
actually not say about anything about being effective with alcohol, though.
Oh, what? Did they say anything? Oh, never mind then.
She wouldn't say that. She will just say that this is gamble with drinks.
Yeah, we gamble with drinks and Soul
That's
we think.
it?
Oh,
That's it.
I think Saul is like pulling 2 and 2 together because there's one thing on
Yeah.
his mind,
True.
and his name
That
is
is
Joseph.
Joffrey.
Stefan!
Um,
Stefan, you'll
Well-
be twice as good tonight.
But going on a serious topic, this doesn't seem to hurt unless you drink from it. Unless there was a drink. I don't think she drank alcohol from this. And if there's any magical drinks around, we should have checked that.
I don't.
Oh, so it
think
already
there
needs
should
like
be.
a magical thing. to be magical.
Mhm.
So if I want to just put water in, like, it could be magical.
A magical water?
With water, I don't know what will
No.
happen.
Magical water, yeah, we technically do have magical water around here
Yeah.
that we know about.
There's when I refer to gamble, this it might be just nullify it or make like the sensation be worse or better. Depends on what you see.
So you're telling me if you put water here, it just either tastes regular water or just supreme good water, like a spring water of sorts.
I can't tell that for certain. The only thing at this point I think you will understand if I say with wine.
Oh.
If you pour wine on this and drink from it, there's a chance that you won't get the alcohol effect. Or let me finish. Or make it worse. Get you more drunk.
That's the best thing, though.
Oh boy. Well,
Yeah,
Either way,
that's
not wait.
I'm
Okay,
keeping this.
okay. Sure, but can we just say that if we have a party, bring that out, right?
probably, but let's.
You hear Daphne's footstep crunch through the snow as she rounds the house. And she comes into view, and in one hand she's holding a rudimentary shiv that has just some dirty like linen wrapped around the hilt with dried blood on it. And in the other hand she holds a handful of long brown wooden hair strands. And she has a very serious look on her face.
Oh,
Yeah, let's get back on topic, please.
Mhm.
Now let's look over to Daphne.
Yep, that ruined the mood. But
What's the status report?
I have found some things, troubling things. Do we need to worry about the chalice, or?
Not
no.
Yeah, this item at least doesn't seem to be worrisome. Let's hope she didn't.
Well,
Get
I
any
think
more.
we can close that direction and open this one. Come with me.
We follow her.
Alright. Staros will
Mm-hmm.
save the chalice on her back.
You guys move to the back of the house where there's a little door that leads out of it, and on the other side, like 20 paces or so, there's like a little house, like an outhouse deal. But in the snow, there is a lot of curious indentions. Some of it, most of it have been kind of filled up to 20-30%, kind of misshaping them because of the fall of the snow, which has turned into a moderate snowfall by now. And it looks chaotic and worrisome, but it doesn't paint a picture as it does for Daphne, as her eyes kind of glaze over a little bit, and she describes, so a pair of small footsteps came out here. There are a number of humanoid footprints and also some paw prints that kind of collided with her over there. There is something that fell into the snow, something humanoid. There is a bit of snow that has dripped into the snow over here, and I found the shiv over there. And if you look over here, and she just points behind her to the wall of the house where there are 4 heavy claw marks into the wood. She holds up the strands of hair that she has in her other hand. She says, these were nailed to the wall inside of the claw marks.
Nailed into the wall?
plastered to the wall after the claw marks. Something ripped through her hair and then impacted the wall and took some of her strands, which remained there.
No. Shit.
So the wolf or the beast got her. So paw prints, humanoids.
It
Looks like she
well,
tried to fight them off. And the little kid did get a wound in, but didn't seem to have been enough. There was also several assailants here.
Several?
Yes. 3.
Okay.
Does it seem like we know which general direction it goes through?
I guess it's harder, as it looks like no struggle took place outside from this point here, but I do see disturbances in the snow head towards the wall and then take a turn to the left from it, walking alongside it. I didn't want to go further without you.
Yeah, let's try our best to follow.
Yeah.
You're good at
I
tracking
shall.
them. We can find them. We have to find them.
Yes, we do. And she looks to the hair strands and the shiv, not really knowing what to do with them. She leaves the hair strands behind and kind of pockets the shiv, and then moves her shin, nods towards the path ahead, and you follow after her. It seems pretty easy for her to follow the tracks here, since there's no other disturbances in the snow, but for these footprints when they reach the wall and kind of move in the shadow of it, since it's very unusual place for anybody to be. And she doesn't disturb by walking into the footprints, she walks beside them. And you all take a long circle around Kresk until you come to the northeastern end of it. And over here.
This is question. Is this the way towards the abbey last time or no?
No.
Okay.
The way towards the abbey is definitely closer to here, but it's that way, and then it heads up the mountain, up there.
Okay. All right. So here, right?
And she looks at the footsteps and sees that they have been trampling around this area a little bit, and then they disappear.
They disappear.
Ah,
Like they magically just disappeared. That
Seems like it. But two of you can make me investigation checks if you want to.
Yes, and Star Wars will just start to investigate.
Leo would do.
I would do too.
I don't know if you
If
count
you
on
allow
it.
me.
I think I've become a little bit harsher on this roll for good reason, but two are allowed to roll.
Okay. All right. My luck
Otherwise,
has
you
been
will be
shit.
just counting into the
Yeah,
advantage.
you will roll. So, Leo will, investigate at the wrong spot, and not count towards the roll.
Wait, what? I'm rolling.
Investigation cannon, right?
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Okay, let's hold on.
Guidance.
This
Daphne
is-
taps you on the shoulder.
This,
Okay.
This is nice. So let's see.
Guidance. Directs.
Training.
Ooh.
Okay. Cunning. Investigation cunning. Alright.
Well,
Maybe you're
yeah.
helping me investigating where I'm at.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I know. We changed leadership. I was like,
is-
you know what, Sol? As my, as I'm trying to teach you, I think it's time for you to take over the investigation here. All right? I'll just follow you behind, and you just let me know what you see, and I'll just, help you out with how to investigate. Right? It's
I'll
just,
try to see, but my foot got caught to one of the roots, and I just face planted to the snow.
Okay, Styrax, as the other guys are playing clowns over there, you're actually focusing on the issue.
As usual.
And it is not too hard to see, but after a moment of taking things in, there seems to be an unusual amount of scratch marks in the mortar and stone heading upwards at this section of the wall where you're at.
How far off is
Starbucks would just like look at the soul on you and just like, please stop messing around.
I'm not messing around. My foot got stuck.
yeah, Sol, you still have a lot to learn, but we'll get there eventually. I'm sure.
Both stop it and come check this.
Uh-huh.
What'd you find, Starks?
This, and we'll point at it.
Oh, that's
Scratches
pretty
and goes
obvious.
up?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was looking the wrong direction.
Yeah. It happens, Sol. Sometimes it happens,
It's like right here.
Okay. So that means that we have to climb up then.
How far up is it? The wall.
The wall is very tall. It's about 6 meters,
It's 6 meters tall. All right, that is pretty tall.
like 2 stories.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry.
Is there any normal entrance at the tower that we can see?
No.
All right.
I think we have to go
There,
back.
there
and
must
find-
be an entrance to it, isn't it?
Yeah, an entrance.
If you
Guard
guys
entrance.
want, I can make a raven come and check the upper part of this. But if we want to go there anyway, it might be a little bit of a waste.
Yeah.
I mean, we can ask around. I don't want to waste too much time. You magic people don't have anything to get us up there? Like some sort of teleportation?
No.
Maybe. How long is rope?
Do I have rope? That's the question.
Daphne does have rope.
Yeah,
Check
yeah,
as a
definitely with a rope. The question is how you would get it up there.
Yeah. I'm just
mean,
throwing it out
we-
there as an option. If
I mean, we can make a lasso and throw it up to one of the.
Starbucks
Square
will
box.
actually cast Mage Hand
Oh!
Oh,
and get the rope up there.
Well, look at you.
that makes sense.
You see, there was some, that's just like my input. Sometimes
Yeah.
you just have to think about it.
And while doing it, like, this is not teleportation. This is just summoning a hand.
But
Fly.
you kind of
You still
teleporting
have
the
to
rope up
climb.
there, just very slowly. No, but I get you.
Daphne makes a knot. The mage hand flows up there and then kind of puts it around, that quintessential castle, palisade kind of structure,
Yeah.
And there you have a rope, so you can climb up on. It's still an athletics check, but it's easier now. It's,
think I
it's Brawn.
I should go first, just if we happen to go into an awkward social situation up there,
Mm.
I might be the best equipped to be, dealing with that.
I think I should go last.
No, I'll go last.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You guys can handle that. I'll be up there.
Starbucks will actually take one step back and prepare Featherfall in case someone falls.
Nice.
I will start climbing.
Okay, athletics brawn then.
Sure thing.
With advantage? Or no, just lower the DC?
It just lowers
Maybe,
the DV.
maybe
yeah.
I get like guidance before going up by Daphne.
Daphne will give you guidance. Yeah, indeed.
That would be a 10.
10.
Good old 10.
You get up like a couple of steps up, and then your bicep starts to tremble, and you lose the grip and you stumble down.
Okay. He like brushes this off and it's like, okay, this is, you just have to
Wait, okay.
find the right spots, and I will.
I mean, I can go.
No.
This is
And can I like do more of like in a
running
jumpy
start?
way?
Okay.
Like using the claw marks as like a little bit of like leverage,
Yeah.
and kind of dex my way up.
It seems someone skipped actually training.
Well, this is just, I can show you my way. I was just, trying to do the normal way because you guys were like, don't, be too fancy and stuff, but
Just shut up and go.
and I'll try to use like a more like a little bit of a running start and like a bit more of like a fancy jumping, kind of using the rope and swing with it.
Daphne taps your shoulder as you go and smiles at you.
Yep. So can I use acrobatics dex instead?
There's no acrobatics dex.
I mean athletics dex. That's what I want.
Well, this is still the strength of pulling yourself up rather than a hand-eye coordination kind of deal. So it's still going to be.
Like, I was thinking about if I look at it and find like good spots to prop myself up, and use like combinations of like jumps and pulls.
Your dex is so high, it will lower the DV since you're doing this in a smarter way. But it's still, in essence, going to be wrong.
You got it. Another guidance, probably.
Yep. That's 12. I rolled a 3 and a 4 on my die. Actually, not that bad at athletics brawn. As it looks.
I mean, it is a bit of a struggle. And when you finally get up there, this like big hand that kind of throws itself over the palisade, and like a grunt, you kind of roll over to get up and kind of stumble your way up. But indeed, you are on top of the wall. Good job.
That's a tough rope.
Yeah.
Yep, but I think I've loosened it a bit. You guys should be able to get like better up there right now. He's like laying there.
Do you see anything up there?
He starts to look around.
Let me come up as well and help.
Sure, yep. But be careful, it's very difficult.
Daphne is going.
You have a higher DV because they're wearing armor, right?
As long as it's below her encumbrance, it's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll.
Oh!
She guided herself.
Yeah, she definitely guided herself.
Come on.
Hey, just as good as I did for the first time.
Yeah, that's true.
She also slides down a little bit, and there's this heavy frown on Daphne's
You
face.
got it.
It's more slippery than I thought. Okay, and she kind of rings
Yeah,
her.
all the snow, it like immediately kind of attaches itself to her
Yeah.
rope, you know. Like,
Yeah, I'm
It's been
sorry.
a
I'm
while since
sorry
we
I
used the
gave you
rope,
shit,
huh?
Leo. This is actually, and she kind of flexes and like hypes herself up a little bit, and then she tries again.
Warm up.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's better.
With a very determined look on her face, she kind of like hoists herself up, like just a forearm strength, like pulls herself up by just her forearms, and have a bit more of a graceful kind of landing up there.
just want to say, like, Daphne is only +1 more than me. Yeah, it's not that much better than. But I just rolled bad. Just on like the just pointing out.
True.
Anything up there? Before I consider going up there as well.
Roll an investigation cunning with advantage. Assuming
I'll
Daphne
help
take your
Daphne.
turn.
I'll help Daphne. Roll a 2d20. Keep highest 1 plus
2.
plus 2. That's
Not
your
20.
natural 20. I should just switch who I am. So better for rolling.
Yeah.
Switch characters.
That's how it works.
Yep.
There's actually no footprints up here because it seems like the wind is too fast to move the snow around. But what you do find is small, old, kind of frictioned off strands of hemp around the kind of the edge of the palisade in the recesses, and also peculiar impact marks into the stone on both sides of the wall. Again, kind of on the underside in the recesses of the palisade wall. And by putting 2 and 2 together, you and Daphne kind of realize that there probably was a grappling hook scenario with a rope of their own.
Yeah. Seems like they escaped from here, but up here there's nothing right now. Can come up.
We come up? Okay. Alright. I go.
But I think, considering the time, let us just say that then Daphne and Leo together look out on the white and grey vastness of the wilderness that lies beside Kresk to the east. And Daphne indeed sees some tracks there on the other side of the wall heading off into the distance. And you wonder to yourself, are you going to do this? But yes.
We're gonna save the kid.
Let's take a small break. Short break.
Okay. Alright.
I
Be
will
right
be
back.
right back. I'm going to refill my glaze.
Yeah, also be right back.
Okay, I'm back. Am I alone? Yes. On my own. Obviously good to get back into Curse for the Torment action. In some time.
I'm back.
Welcome back. So fun to get back into action, is it not?
Yes. Been waiting for this.
There I go. What? Hello?
Hello?
There I go. Alright,
Hi.
I'm back. Alright, I'm back. Like that. Oh, no.
Oh,
Alright.
you got some snacks there? Which is breakfast?
Cereal.
Nice.
But what?
Yeah, what kind of cereal? Kind of guy are you?
Huh?
Captain Crunch Berries.
That's pretty nice.
Too much sugar.
Yeah, I mean, but
Yeah.
it's America. What can you do?
Yeah, I mean, for a while.
Honestly, it's much more. It's like the least sugary thing in the, like, one of the least sugary things in the cereal aisle.
That was
Crazy.
actually one of the things that actually just hit me a lot when I came to Spain. Because I'm so used, even in Canada, it's like everything is sugar. And like coming here, like, bruh, pretty much there's no sugar at all in almost everything.
Oh my god.
I can make stuff without sugar. Ooh.
I'm so used to the American like food when it comes to sugar that hearing that like a place where there's almost no sugar in their food is like, holy shit, that sounds like hell. Fuck.
Make it is I don't hello. Make it just like I don't really like that much sugar.
All right.
Okay, welcome back.
Welcome back.
What? I was here before you. How dare you?
Yeah, but I wanted to do the joke with "See you soon, welcome back." It's just a TeamSpeak thing that happens when you go on mute. Don't think you guys remember.
Oh, you know, that's so awkward when that happens. For example, you know, when you say the wrong thing to the cashier, or when you're the cashier and say the wrong thing. Like, thank you for the food. You too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Happened to me in the cinema, in the movies once.
Oh, fuck.
And you know, you do. Oh shit.
And you don't know how many times I've said, like, have a nice evening, and just in the middle of the day, like, hating myself afterwards. Fuck. Oh. Yeah.
It's nice. Well, you know, they can still have a nice evening, you know.
Yeah, true, but it's kind of weird when they're buying lunch, you know?
Yeah.
We're like, what do you know about my evening?
And it's
I
like,
like to think of
why
it
is
as
the
like
rest not good? What's gonna happen?
Yeah, I like to think of it as like a fortune.
Yeah.
Something. It's like, oh, I'm gonna have a great evening because this person said it.
Yeah, I hope they think of it that way. I'm not that, you know, I'm crazy.
Maybe they think like, oh shit, what's with the rest of the day?
Yeah, that,
It's gone.
is the afternoon
Oh,
be
no.
hellish?
Oh god, yeah. Okay, but let's let's get back into it, shall we? Okay. So Sark, Soul, are you gonna try to climb the wall, or are you just gonna be happy with what?
Can we pull them up as well? Like, pull the rope up?
That will definitely help. You could roll with advantage.
Sterox will actually need
No.
that.
But I mean, you can also head out from the normal gates and just walk around and get here.
But that would
Yeah.
take longer though.
So,
Exactly.
we have the time right now.
Yeah.
We have the
we-
time right
True.
now.
Okay, if you want to climb a wall, then let's climb a
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's claim a wall with -1 brawn.
Yeah, let's do it.
With 0 brawn, let's go.
So with their
Get
help,
advantage.
it's going to be advantage, but the the DV is gonna be higher because you two are scrawny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? You got this, Styrax. You just, be careful on the ice slide, and I just give you, like, Bardic.
15. Let me just roll in case I roll higher. Never mind. 7.
It's not the most
Uh-huh.
graceful, and it's not the fastest, but you get up there safe.
All right. 2 nat ones. Let's go.
I mean, don't jinx
Okay.
it.
Okay. No, you gotta say it. To get it out.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Okay.
Okay, but it's
16.
16. You were about to slip and like fall when you were very high up, but like Daphne and Leo like caught you and helped you swing the rope to get like back to the wall.
Whoopsie.
And you but you climb up with a little bit more confidence than Styrax, besides for that moment.
I'm sorry you
Alright.
guys have to get up here, but I just think the faster we move, the less likely are we to lose the tracks and everything.
Yeah,
It was
I was
actually a
thinking the
good
same
call.
thing. Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
I know this might be, and I look out, a longer journey, maybe. But I think we should take it. I feel a little bit responsible for the kid. Because I might have even been the reason she was out at night.
I realize that, Leo, you have not planned a lot of your own journeys, and Starks and Soul might not have as much experience as I do, but if this is going to be a longer journey, we need warmer clothing.
What do you mean?
Did we buy some upgrades?
did we already have bought some?
I don't
Maybe
think you
wanted to.
did. I think you
No?
talked about maybe doing it, but I don't think you actually did.
Oh, wait. Oh, I think that's I remember things from all the way to Valaki.
Yeah,
I
like
thought
you
we have a
went.
conversation with Valaki.
Yeah, but you bought a awesome coat and like a shawl at the Beast Rose in Blackie.
Yep.
And spent all Leo's money.
Well, alright. We should... Do we really have... Like, what if the tracks could disappear at any moment, right?
Then we gotta
Snow
hurry.
falling all the time?
But if we get out there and we're not prepared, we can literally die.
That's
You guys have
true.
like a warm spell?
I mean, we do, but it would not help that much.
You can see Styrax just like, I don't care. I don't mind.
I will say out from, like, Styrax, that spamming a cantrip in the end is going to make you exhausted as well.
I know. No, Styrax is more like, yeah. In my case, I just
Cold
don't
resistant.
feel. I don't feel cold.
Wait, is that a guard tower? Like I just look at, here. Can I go inside and see if there's anything there? They might probably left some stuff in there.
Yeah. There's like a table, a few chairs. There seems to be some playing cards on top of it. There's a fireplace with stacked firewood, and then there's some simple provisions, and a couple like arrows and javelins.
Like a wardrobe or something around here?
No, that you do not find. And also by this point, there's a Barovian who comes patrolling down the wall, giving you all a very strange look as they come closer.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
You responsible for guarding this wall?
Right now, that is.
This can't be
Yep.
the first time, and I look past me towards the claw marks and impacts on the ground.
What? Not.
Do you see this? I just point at the claw marks.
And it's actually a she, an adult.
Oh.
Dressed in this heavy like leather coat, with a simple long bow over her shoulder and some arrows in a quiver. And she comes over, kind of leans down. And, like, it was a pretty high DV to find this. And her eyes like widen, and she looks up to all of you. What is this?
Well, seems like something went in and went out.
Yeah.
Do you think this is where?
Yeah, we assume. And we have to head out there, but
Almost immediately.
Really?
we're not probably equipped right now.
Yeah.
Do you... That's incredibly dangerous.
We can take it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you happen to know where we could get our hands on some quick, cold resistant clothes? Something that help us out
Like
here?
a coat. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
I mean, after the food you just delivered, I'm sure that we can pull something together for you, of course.
Yeah, maybe we don't want to lose the tracks. We're hoping maybe we can get something quick.
Cobalt Swift is also kind of like a tailor, kind of helps us make a lot of clothes. I mean, if our wardrobes won't help it, then Cobalt will probably be able to help you.
All right.
Do you mind showing us the normal way out of the wall here?
Yeah, there's only one tower that leads out, which is at the main gates. Both sides of it.
Is that close to where we want to go?
Well, it would be closer than here. And less dangerous than doing what you just did. Jeez, what is that, 5-6 meters?
Well,
We've done this before. Don't worry.
Kind of leans over and looks at the rope. Okay, well, it's your funeral. You know, civilians are not really allowed up here, but I recognize that you have this special dispensation, but still, like, rules and regulation, like...
Oh, no worries. We understand. It's just, the matters of the essence. Missing individuals,
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but we are already wasting time here.
Yeah, let's go to Cobalt Swift.
so what's your name?
Fuck you. Sorry.
That's an interesting name.
Oh, really? Wait, I think I saw that name over on the shed near the lake. Is that?
Sorry.
I'm
that was,
kidding. We can just go. I'm kidding. We can just go.
No, I can find out the name. Don't worry about it. I just need to... Barovian name generator, here we go.
Wow.
You mean you're looking into your archive
Yes,
of names
of course,
for every
of course.
NPC
Yes.
on this planet?
Yes.
I'm so immersed, I'm so incredibly immersed.
Teresa. Teresa is her name.
Teresa.
With a
Teresa.
said at the end.
Nice to meet you, Teresa.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Teresa.
I mean, I've already kind of met you at the party yesterday, but I mean, it's okay.
I remember you. That's why I wanted to ask your name, of course. Let's go.
Okay, wow.
Yeah,
thank
let's
you.
go. Let's go.
Take care. She kind of waves. Continues her patrolling. You quickly head down the wall, and as you run basically half jog all the way back to the center of Kresk, to the main gates, there indeed the tower there kind of leads to a staircase that leads down to a rather gloomy room, which then a door leads you out into the open again, just beside the main road. You realize that Teresa is the only one patrolling this side of Kresk. and like how long it took for her to get to you. So it seems like it's pretty sparse, these guards. But you head on down into the main thoroughfare back into Kresk proper in no time. What do you guys want to do?
Find the shop that she talked about.
That's not the right one. By asking around, it's very easy to find the Swift House, like the other. It's more of just a normal house. It's not really a storefront. It's just somebody in the God, no. Why? Sorry. As you saw the clip.
What?
It's just a normal house where people live in. It's just somebody who is good at something that lives there. And you're welcome in by a pretty eccentric man with a mustache and a beard that seems pretty meticulously trimmed. And he seems unusually excited about fashion.
Oh, my man.
And it's a a pretty fun distraction, but you're kind of focused, and Daphne kind of pulls your attention. And I mean, Sarx, you don't have to if you don't want to, but the rest of you get outfitted, basically overcoats and gloves, extra warm socks, protection for your legs, and a hat if you want to.
I'll double up and wear my scarf as well.
And they're basically made out of fur and hide, these things, so of different smaller animals that are around. Which means they're pretty expensive, but he doesn't ask for any compensation. But there's a bit of sweat on his forehead.
Oh,
Styrax seeing the like sweating will just like I don't need it.
I'll give him like 5 gold pieces.
Yeah, I'll give him 5 gold pieces as well.
I mean, you guys, you're pretty rich.
Now that I have money again, I can finally spend it again on everyone. Just waiting for that.
He basically says,
oh yeah.
There's no need at all. Like, what you guys have done. You're sure you want to give this to me? Okay, thank you so much.
Yes,
You take it down.
just accept it. There you go.
Like,
yeah.
he goes from...
look, there's suddenly money in your hand. I don't know how I got there.
He goes from...
Alright, it magically appears.
It goes from very bashful to very much, yes, I want it. From a second to the other. But in about 30 minutes, you're out and about.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. I hope everyone remembers the place that it was. Daphne, you have good orientation, right?
Yeah, I can do it.
Alright, let's head out.
Okay, so...
Let's get this started.
In the early afternoon, you head out. There's a handful of quest guides that have heard in news, actually, that you seem to be on your way to leave Kresk. And they gather by the gates to wish you well and good luck. But there's also fear in their eyes here. Fear of Kresk's champions leaving them behind, undefended. Even if it seems to be momentary to them as you leave your horse and wagon behind, because there's no way you can take that with you into the wilderness. But you leave them in the safe hands of Luca, who seems very excited. you realize this is the first time you have seen this kind of fear in their eyes, which probably awoke from their jaded hearts when you granted them the ability to see hope. But that fear quickly echoes in you, but yours takes the form of fear of failure, fear of breaking, that newfound sense of hope that you have instilled in the inhabitants of Kresk. With that fresh on your minds, you say your farewells and somberly head out of the gates. The path ahead zigzags before you down the steep cliffs that Kresk sits upon, and you follow it with your eyes as far as you can see. And in your mind's eye, you follow it further. Remember how the path sneaks down from the highlands of Barovia, past the meadows of Fidatov, over Emmerich Bridge, and into the warmer autumn woodlands of Barovia's core. But instead, you turn your gaze from that familiarity, from that comfort, and you turn towards the north. To set your gaze on that unfamiliar and uncomfortable snowy and mountainous slopes of Mount Baratog's southwestern tail, realizing you have to brave the cold. With heavy footsteps, you take your first steps up from the beaten path and into the snow proper. Your foot sinks up to your lower calf, and so does your next footstep as well. This is going to be a slow, exhausting, and chilly trudge, you think to yourself. Together you head along the curve of Kresk's wall to where the abductors landed in the snow, where the impacts of movement is even clear to you. Daphne takes up the trail that are now about 50% covered by snow, and you follow in their footsteps as you find your way down the slope and into the woodlands proper. The crunch of the snow and the monochromatic world of grey, white, and dark green becomes your steady companions as seconds turn into minutes, and a minute approaches an hour. It's getting harder and harder for Daphne to track. Please have Daphne roll me a survival with cunning.
Right. Can we help her?
Does anyone else have ranks in survival?
Sorry, just give me a sec. Alright, let me see.
Ranks and survival. I
remember.
do,
having-
actually.
Nope, I don't have ranks.
Okay.
in
Oh, that's not
survival.
that bad.
Oh. Then,
Well,
well, then you can roll with advantage. Helping her.
I have no. ranks
So that
in
means
survival.
that Daphne and Leo was taking the frontier.
Okay.
that's what we would do anyway. Cunning, you said, right?
Yeah. This is a little bit more about wit than
Let's say 20.
a 20.
Mm-hmm. A normal 20.
Okay. Even if Daphne has Natural Explorer and is able to help you move through the snow, it's still moving through the wilderness and through snow. It does slow you down a little bit, as Daphne cannot perform miracles, but she definitely helps. And with concentration on her face, together with Leo's steadfast support, you seem to, for half of a day, follow in these footsteps. make me another check at this point.
Who? Daphne?
Either you or her. Roll with advantage.
Okay. But still the same thing.
Yep. Indeed.
That's a natural 20 now.
Yay.
Okay. Okay, good to know. Is there anything you wanna talk about whilst you travel?
Maybe I'll be like... I mean, I know this is not really important for what we're looking for, but I think we can all agree that we can't keep this from happening, right? We have to stop this. This is worth it, right?
Yeah.
We need to give more hope.
Oh my
Good.
Yeah. And
Seeing them, even though they at the start greeted us very judgely and with about us, and even though we lied to their faces, I can see that they might start opening to people just because this. If we are able to help, who knows, maybe it will be worth in the long run.
Yeah, sure. Or we can really use some positivity.
yeah. Although I prefer if they don't over rely on us for a bit. Because
Yeah, I think
Have you noticed what we did in this time? We literally just saved them from a monster that was killing them, and then we brought them tons of food.
yeah.
Saving them from a monster and starvation.
Yeah. Honestly, though,
I don't
before
know
we go, we need to teach them about standing up for themselves.
we already let them know that they'll have to figure out ways of getting food eventually, because food will run out. Not sure they can do much from up here, but they'll side with us when it comes to it.
It looks like a harsh environment to being able to live, but I just hope they find a way to just keep them stable again.
I don't know if it's that time. I'm sure they'll figure something out. They talked about that they have some sheep or something they can maybe like invest in, something like that. And if we take care of whatever threat is out here in the wild, they can forage and maybe even find some surviving goats or something out here and take them in. So I think we would set up everything for success.
Well,
Alright. Let's keep focusing up here. I think we're gonna find it eventually.
yeah, it's getting harder and harder to move. So, yeah.
Yeah, you have to keep your pace steady, slower than normal, to counteract how slow and heavy it is to walk through the snow. I know. I know how it can be.
I know very well.
Yeah. It's not to play around with. Definitely become slower. But as Leo and Daphne are looking out for a place to camp for the night, as the hour of twilight comes to you, you traveled about 6 hours at this point. There is a sudden howl of a wolf. Closer than what you want it to be, somewhere to your right.
Can we see anything? Like, are we like in thick forest right now?
Yeah,
Or-
thick forest. Yes, with that critical 20, both you and Daphne, you discover together that just ahead, crossing your path, is an eerily similar kind of grouping of footprints like the one you're following, but there's more of it, like more actors here, and they're crossing the path you're on, heading towards, indeed, in the direction of right somewhere, and it is very fresh.
How, I mean, with Daphne's skill, how many are we talking about in a rough ballpark?
Ooh, okay.
Like a dozen?
There's 8 sets of smaller footprints, of paw prints. There is 4 sets of bigger paw prints. Then there is a larger humanoid's footprints and 3 smaller humanoid footprints. Either that of a humanoid that is small by nature, like a gnome or a dwarf, or children.
How many people get taken by whatever this is? 3, right?
Well, if Dianca was
Recently?
taken, then 1. 2
Yeah.
were taken in one night just a couple of days ago before you
Yeah.
came.
Okay,
And
yeah.
like a
There
bit
has
more
been
than
other
a
one.
week ago, Ilya was taken.
Okay. I mean, I'll like point it out to the other 2, and I'd be like, I mean, we have to take this, right? It's pretty fresh. 3 small humanoids, if Daphne's correct, which she always is.
Daphne pulls his 6 axe out and says, I am more than ready.
Starbucks just like prepares to cast, so just like takes her notebook out with the face of the spells. There's no other
So
way.
our approach, is it just going to be like we just kill all of them, or I mean, it
Yes.
seems like
Diplomatic first.
the kids
Then
are alive.
We need to try diplomatic first. And Daphne,
For that.
that goes for you as well. I know.
Yeah, I guess we have frustrating little information, don't we?
We
Yeah.
don't really know who we are up against. But
Mm-hmm.
I agree that we need to follow this.
Alright. In that case, let's do it slowly, carefully, silently,
Yeah.
as best we can at least.
Let's find out as much as we can. I think we would like to stealth.
Okay, who of you have been struggling the most with stealth in the past? Does she know that anybody of you is not good at stealth?
I rolled luckily on my stealth one time, I remember.
I mean, if it's Dex, I'm pretty okay. If it's not Dex, I'm terrible.
If it is,
It is
I'm the other
Dex.
way around.
For sure,
Dex.
this
I
is gonna
have
be
plus
Dex.
1. I have
Then
plus 1.
I have a +4 in my dex.
Indeed, Adrian. Don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious.
Then it would be probably Starex.
Alright,
That email.
then she will tap you on the shoulder for a guidance.
Okay.
Alright,
roll
let's
for
yeah,
Daphne.
let's do a group stealth check. Everybody make me a stealth roll.
I got a feeling I'm gonna roll something low.
Ooh, but it's a group one, so we hope everybody else rolls high.
Dex, right? Stealth dex.
Yeah,
It's
stealth dex.
Ah!
Ooh, Ooh.
That's good.
Okay. Let me calculate your average.
Yeah, my dice always want to stay below 10. They just like that.
So we got a 9,
Just
You
a
be
nice
like that
space for
sometimes.
them.
18, 21, it's 12. Oh, it's pretty good. Yeah. Okay.
Just all clutching it out.
Yeah. Seems like it. June, Adrian, June. Middle of June. Gotta hold out a little bit longer. So, you slow down your speed even further. To really take care where you step. Listen out as you go, and then crawl forward a little bit further, keeping an eye out for any movement, giving an indication that you need to stop. Just a few minutes later, after this just creeping forward slowly, you start hearing snarls, barks, another howl, and then weaving into it there is a low, raspy man's voice that is shouting, interweaving within these sounds. We've come a little bit further ahead, and then wait, is that a dog or a wolf whimpering? Daphne gives you all like a bit of a raised eyebrow as she looks back at all of you.
Can we like make anything out from the shouting, or is it too far away still?
It's still too far away for you to hear anything. Like specific, we're saying just hearing like the echoes of these sounds. Yeah. As none of you seem to stop, you, Daphne and Leo, push on ahead further. The sounds intensifies as you do. There's also in between the trees now also a bit of an orange glow coming to you. There's something lit on fire further ahead. There's a sound of impact, a man's voice shouting out, "There you go!" Then again, there seems to be the sound of a dog or a wolf in pain. Then that turns aggressive. And then the barks and the sound, like this impacts and this growls and this barks continue.
Definitely going more on than we think. That is, someone's controlling these wolves.
And then finally, as you creep up on a ledge, you are granted a stupendous view of what is going on below, even though it doesn't make the most of sense. Let's go here.
Oh no. Fuck.
Oh hey.
Let's not. I have trauma against wolves.
True.
Let's not fight this.
In the crackling light of a large bonfire, wolves of different kinds and sizes have gathered. You see several normal ones lunging about, sitting or lying in the snow. There are 2 massive dire wolves who does the same. Then there are 5 wolf-like figures that are quite different from the rest. But you have heard enough stories and know enough to immediately know the answer. Werewolves. There are two lithe and tall ones sitting by the fire. One shorter and stockier, one hunched up underneath a tree. And two of that equal-sized, shorter, they face each other just beyond the bonfire. Suddenly they impact with each other, growl and snarl. They snap at each other's fur necks, trying to get a good bite or claw into the other's flesh, while simultaneously trying to push the other away from hurting them. As soon as they are onto each other, they separate and stumble back, whimpering low moans in their throats, seemingly unsure. The last piece of the puzzle is a man dressed in a simple leather and hides, brown disheveled hair in a ponytail, equal disheveled, medium-sized beard. He shouts out with excitement and then equal frustration to the two short werewolves in front of him. He seems to be edging them on, mocking them when they fall behind and encouraging them when they engage. For now, all of the wolves and the man's attention are directed towards the dueling, you might call it, and away from you. What do you want to do?
Do we see any of the kids or anything? Or
No.
no? So you said there were three small humanoid footprints, right?
Yes.
Okay. And none of these people seem to be able to fill that role, right?
No.
Okay. I'll whisper, we have to find the kids. If they're still around.
Yeah. Have Daphne roll an intelligence check.
Sure thing.
Time to pet all the puppers, indeed.
That's 16 for her.
She whispers to you with wide eyes. Are you sure they're not already down there?
Let's see. I don't see any names. Cages, sorry.
I hope they're still alive.
I don't really want to fight. I think the only way we could do this is to talk honestly.
There's quite a lot of them, but I think we can still take them.
I think so too. I'm
Gotten a lot stronger than the last time.
also not a big fan of what's happening here. Considering that I can't see the kids. We still know so little. Can werewolves transform? Like how does a werewolf? Could they make kids into werewolves?
Like a vampire?
What I know of the Curse of Lycanthropy, it's like a disease. But normally they can only transform during a moon, right? And where they turn crazy and attack. And then the person tries to hide usually, or turns themselves in. But there's not a full moon tonight, this is what I know.
And they are confident in themselves that they don't see the desire to change into it.
Could I
Something
try
like this.
to be a bit of a distraction? Talk with them to get into position.
What do you have in mind?
I don't know if I would love to keep some surprise for us, but if you guys are worried about how little information we have, we might want to strike up some conversation, but it's hard to say how they will react.
against that what we just saw, that they even fight between them.
I think we should just jump them.
Like how high up is the where we at compared to them?
It differs a little bit, but here kind of the tall end of things, you're about 4 meters above ground.
4 meters. Okay.
The man walks forward when one of them have caught the other one on the ground with their back, and immediately, with very little fear, actually kind of grabs onto the fur of the neck and with surprising strength like throws the other one off it, going, "Yeah, that's it, Laszlo, good job. Hans, lick your wounds. Franz, your turn."
They're doing train.
These are none of the names that we recognize, right? Or heard before.
All of you make me an intelligence check.
Okay. I can finally use my golden headband.
Oh.
13.
13.
Yay! Intelligence?
Ooh, 17.
Wait, stat check, right? Okay. Good. Oh no, my buttons got mixed up.
Well, for Daphne.
So
Damn,
12.
damn. Plus intelligence is
Plus 4 now, I think. Because of 19 intelligence. Hey, I got the most. Let's go. I love it.
Yeah, you have to really pull back in your thoughts, Leo. But that is enough. But then barely enough. The names ring a bell back to Volaki,
Yeah, I was thinking Hans, I remember. Yeah.
where you learned at the orphanage that there were 3 little boys that stayed in the same room as Felix that had run away from the orphanage.
Yeah, I'll relay that. Okay, I remember.
So this the kid that ran away.
That wasn't the case.
Oh,
in the
stop
day.
sniveling! Get him there! You need to get strong somehow! And he kind of like pushes the werewolf up that in their height right now is kind of as tall as the man. And he like pushes them forward and kind of like kicks them into a range of Laszlo. And immediately the two starts, Laszlo attacks.
Should we just jump the man? If he commands these people.
It's
Take down the commander.
He's the
I
pack.
think.
He's the leader of the pack. We still need a distraction. I could try to just maybe bait something with Mage Hand.
I think
We can just, I mean, right now, we didn't know we're here. I think just jumping is enough of a surprise.
but the thing is, if we can't kill this man in one fell swoop, we can get through it.
Well, you guys will be up on the ledge. Me and Daphne are used to getting surrounded.
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't want that. Because once you guys fall, they're gonna come after us.
I'm not sure we can really distract them, but
Do we have
Squirrel.
do we have something in our persons that allow us to, I don't know, do something?
have a raven.
Raven to distract?
I can. Listens to me.
That could be it. Put the wolves like farther away, like over here or something like that.
Can try. Unless Starix says something else.
Not really. Most things I have are really not
Yeah.
very useful.
I mean, we can
I'll-
also jump in, incapacitate them, and then keep them from bleeding out. Then make them talk to us, whoever's still alive.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if it really helps if we... I don't even know if it even can really lure well the pack of wolves, I'm gonna be honest.
Can the raven speak?
It can.
Maybe they can be, you know, talk to like, say, like a group of adventurers or something. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you know, deceive them, saying that there's more than 4 people, or something like those.
You can do that. I think I'm on Daphne's side here and just jumping them. I don't think distraction is gonna do much.
I mean, at least that's a good plan B. We can't just also just stand up and talk to them. Maybe they're friendly.
I'll activate the silver raven figurine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, also, don't
Pull out
forget.
the figurine and point like close to us, hidden on the ground, to make it appear there. So it is friendly to me and my companions. It understands your language and obeys your spoken command. If it issues no command, it just defends itself and takes no other action. And then yeah.
In a dimly shimmering silver and blue light that seems to come from within the raven itself, the metal and the stone sheen of it starts to like shimmer away as it gives way to loose feathers and a soft body, a blinking eye, and before you on the ground there is indeed a raven with like a certain silver shimmer to it. You know how raven wings shimmer in this blue? This one does it completely in silver, and it kind of blinks at you a few times, cocks its head, and says, "Kaka! Here to serve, master!"
Oh god.
I'm not sure if he can talk, actually. I can cast like the animal messages spell on it, which allows it to talk,
Okay.
but it just says it can understand me.
Kaka! Kaka!
Yes.
And then put my mouth, my hand on his mouth.
All
I
right,
don't know.
Silver, be quiet. Silver, be quiet. Can let off the hand, so.
Okay. Okay, let go.
Kaka!
So I can have him talk to these people if we don't want to talk. I can just have him talk in with my words.
Might be worth a try.
All right, Silver. You're going to fly a bit around here on the other side, and then I will talk through you the moment you get a little bit closer to these wolves. Okay? Make sure to be a bit more in the air so they can't, jump at you.
The raven kind of hops on the ground to look over the ledge, looks down, and all of the wolves looks back at you with this big, like, widened eyes.
As long as you're high enough in the sky, they can't get you. Can't get you. Just do like a wider loop, Be fine, Silver.
The the silver gulps.
Don't worry, Silver, you're fine.
But when like a final like look from you, there's like a big sigh, and then they take to the sky.
All right. If he's like on he goes like a little bit around, so it's not kind of coming from our place, and then comes from like the opposite side, and kind of maybe flies above, closer to the man.
Kind of
And
lands
I'm
in
going to
the tree, maybe.
yeah,
Like, yeah, over there. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking over here.
but coming from the like left side, like doing a loop, and then coming from the left side, landing on the tree. Yeah. And then I'm going to cast Animal Messenger. And I can deliver a message. So basically, since I can do it at will, it's like me talking and the raven just says my word.
Okay.
Um,
So you see there in the light of the bonfire, the raven, when you connected with the animal messenger spell, like all of the feathers kind of like stand out on edge as he seems incredibly uncomfortable by it, and then the raven slowly like looks up to you and then opens his mouth to like be wide and then looks down onto the wolves.
Oh god.
and then yeah,
Be
basically
6
it
meters
also like
away from
replicates.
you though when you cast this. The animal messenger needs to be 6 meters away from you when you cast it.
It just has to be a beast within range. What is it doing?
Yeah, the range is 6 meters.
Just move one forward, not gonna lie.
Oh, I see what you mean.
And then you
Oh,
can
yes.
make message up to 25 words.
Yeah, but I can just keep doing that.
Yeah. The raven
Yeah.
just needs to be closer to you.
yeah. So I'm now one step further.
So the raven is like down on the branches because this is also like a height thing, right? So
Sure.
it's above ground, like 4 or 5 meters.
Or
but
maybe it
cannot
just,
be
you know,
higher
gets,
up than
like,
that.
Yeah, maybe it just gets a bit more like in this direction or like over here at this spot.
Yeah.
A little bit closer.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll obviously make sure that we'll find a good spot here, and then I'll talk through it.
Okay.
Hello there.
General Kenobi!
Yes.
Not a lifesaver for my collection!
It just fit, I think it fits for the guy. That's why.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Okay. So tense.
Like all the wolves sit up, their ears immediately going from calm to like straight up, and the duel between the two wolves, werewolves, stops, and all of them kind of look up, kind of in the general direction where it came from. You know, it was so sudden, so it's not entirely clear what's going on. And after a moment or two, the man calls out, hello?
Are you the leader of this pack?
Yeah, I am of this group. What is it to you? And it kind of like looks around. You can see him kind of moving his head back and forth. And there seems to be a perceptive glint in his eyes as he narrows in on the raven. What? A raven?
It's me talking. Hi. So,
I know
what
you
guys
guys are peculiar, but I didn't know how peculiar.
You know, that's how it is sometimes. So, what are you guys doing here?
It's somewhere in between none of your business and fuck off.
Well, unfortunately, it is kind of part of our business.
What? This is our territory, Raven.
Really?
Yeah, we claimed it.
And you got your friends from your territory?
Yeah, what of it?
Well, you don't think you did?
Our friends from... Oh! When have the Ravens start to care about that, huh?
Well, you know, there's a bunch of us. Probably know you shouldn't mess with us.
Bird brains, please. What can such a little fragile thing do against a big mean wolf?
You would be surprised. So, what's up with all of this?
I am assuming that they're whispering Adrian and they were well on their self. So for now, they seem to be safe, but there might be a moment where we need to do another sub check. Besides, it's pretty fun right now. But what's
Yes.
the question again?
Yeah, you would be surprised. And so, what is going on here?
Again, I don't see how that's any of your business. What, you just came over here to ask questions, that's it?
Right now, that's it.
Oh, scary. Now, are you truly alone? Usually you guys travel in packs. And he takes like a look around, a good look around. Leah, since you've been talking, I need you to do stealth cunning.
What thing?
How you cast while still being as silent as you can be.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He makes this high whistle tone, and points to your ledge, and immediately a few wolves starts to move up. And the two werewolves by the fire stand up to their full height. They're kind of like hulking over a little bit, but they're 3 to 4 meters tall. And it has these long, vicious claws. Both of them have these shining yellow eyes, and immediately snarls starts to appear.
Look at the rest of the group. I don't think they're nice. Gotta be honest. Maybe let's just make sure to not kill the kids.
I'm gonna do this.
Yep.
There's no other way now.
All right. So
Well, like, I
you
got a feeling.
you got a feeling?
Okay, go ahead.
There's always tend to try to. Don't think
I'm
about
gonna.
our
I feel scared of my life right now, and I'll just instinctively just use invisibility to disappear.
Okay. I mean, that's fair.
You
Rachel.
know that casting a spell and attacking is gonna come back. You're gonna lose
Well,
invisibility.
since they already noticed something up there, there's not going to be any surprise, sadly.
Yeah, that's the thing.
However, there's basically going to be instantly you guys stand up, and the guy seems taken aback for a second, but then recovers and say, "Take them down! Apprehend them!" And we will roll initiative. Next time! Curse upon the Torment!
That's what I said. I'm gone. I beast out there.
Told you we should just jump him. have just